first thing a doctor does when there's a code is not to panic. The first thing they do is they look and say, okay, what's going on? What are the vitals? What are the ABCs? What are all these things? Like, they run diagnostics. I want you to rock this. I want this to be something that was thrown at you, that was supposed to really be detrimental, but you turned it around and you made it one of the best things that happened to your practice.
Hi, docs. Welcome to the EntreMD podcast, where it's all about helping amazing physicians just like you embrace entrepreneurship so you can have the freedom to live life and practice medicine on your terms. I'm your host, Dr. Una.
So thousands of private practices owned by physicians just got notice from the UnitedHealthcare that they're going to drop them. And so I think it's from January, they'll no longer be able to see patients who have UnitedHealthcare as their insurance, which for some people, this is terrifying because UnitedHealthcare, patients who have UnitedHealthcare make up 30%, 50% of their patient population. And so there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anger and all of that, which technically is justified. And, I'm on here because I still know that you can thrive. And I want to show you how to thrive in spite of this. Now, I'm not going to talk about how unfair it is and all of those things, even though it is true, because right now my number one focus is you. I want you to have the confidence and I want you to have the tools to navigate this. If you've been in private practice for a good amount of time, you have navigated a pandemic. You have navigated a recession. You have navigated the Great Resignation. You have navigated all of these things and you're still standing. And I don't want you to stand. I want you to stand and thrive. I want you to rock this. I want this to be something that was thrown at you, that was supposed to really be detrimental, but you turned it around and you made it one of the best things that happened to your practice. I want you to think like, what if this push by UnitedHealthcare is a gift given to me to innovate myself and innovate my practice so I come up with a practice that is 10 times better without them than with them, okay? So UnitedHealthcare, many people are like, this is the death of private practice, right? UnitedHealthcare will not be the death of your private practice. This move, in the grand scheme of events, when you turn back and look at it, you'll find out that it was a gift because of the way you navigated it. I'm going to give you 5 things to do to navigate this. Okay. So number 1, let's go into it. Number 1, do not panic. You are a physician. I love it when I watch the movies. Okay. And I mean, in real life, but it's easier with the movies because it's not a real person having a real problem. Okay. So I love watching the movies where there's code blue because this is what always happens. There's code blue. The relatives of the person who's in distress, they're frantic, right? They're crying. They're asking questions. They're all riled up. And there's somebody who is by the patient, who is calm. In the midst of all the alarms going off, all the things going off, they're just calm. And I check the airway, do this, get the different, it's just so cool. Why is that? It's because they know what to do. Okay? So I'm going to start by telling you, don't panic. Okay? You wouldn't panic in a code. I don't want you to panic when the UnitedHealthcare wants to force a code on your practice. Don't panic. I'm going to show you what to do so you don't panic, but this is the decision I want you to make. Okay, take a chill pill. Don't panic. Look at your numbers, right? And so I want you to run diagnostics. Don't panic, run diagnostics. Don't panic, look at your numbers. So for instance, what percentage of your patients are actually UnitedHealthcare? Because it's 3%, we don't have a problem. Okay? There may be a problem, but you don't have a problem, right? Okay. It doesn't mean you won't do some of the other things you'll still do, but you're right. If it's 50%, you're like, okay, we need to take actions with surgical precision because this is 50%, right? And that's your patient base. Now take a look. The patient base is one number, but take a look. What percentage of your revenue comes from United Healthcare? Okay, because you might have 50% of the patient volume, but maybe it's 20% of your revenue that comes from them. Either because you have other, procedures or things that pay much better, or whatever, you have a cash pay vertical, or whatever that is. Look at your numbers to assess what kind of problem are we looking at here. What kind of problem? And that's like you looking at the vitals. When you look at the vitals and you're like, ooh, the heart rate is, the heart rate is 40. You don't panic. You're like, start compressions. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you got to know what the problem is. So don't panic. Take a look at your numbers. Take a look at your numbers. This will inform the decisions you need to make. In fact, if you will do the uncomfortable thing of looking at your numbers, you will almost immediately know what to do. Well, we like to run away from our numbers, but you can't do that. Not now. Okay. Number 2, communicate quickly and clearly with your patients. Okay. So, and I would put it on them. I would put it on United Healthcare, right? I was like, this is your monkey. You stirred up this stuff. This is all on you. Meaning, I will say something like, we are still here for you. We are not leaving you. Your insurance company is leaving us. So we're still here to serve you. And hint, hint, it's time for open enrollment. So if you still want to see us, these are your options. Number 1, change your insurance. Number 2, go with our self-pay option. Number 3, like give them options. Tell them what that is. And tell them, I'm here for you. They decided to leave. Not because of anything we did, but that's what they want to do. Right? Okay. So that's the second thing. So do that. So email, text, social media, whatever it is you have to do. So that's number 2. Number 3 is replace volume with strategy. So don't just think, okay, this volume is gone, period. No, it's going. It's not gone, right? Because you can recover it with what you do with your patients and the other stuff. But okay, so what am I going to do to replace this revenue that was coming from United Healthcare? One of the things you could do, for instance, if you have cash-based verticals, you can ramp that all the way up, right? Ramp it all the way up. If you have some hybrids, you ramp that up. If you have, for instance, if you go direct to employers, like you don't offer insurance, but we can have this package that you pay cash, and then you can have your employees come to us, right? So they just have to on their own get, insurance for catastrophic events and stuff like that, right? And emergency events. So you can do things like that. So just it's strategy, like think it through. What could I do? And also take a look, like you really want to rank like all the services we offer. You want to rank them like this is the one that pays us the most. This is the one that pays us the least. Now, I know many physicians will say, oh, I don't do that. I just do what the patient needs. Hello, you're a physician and an entrepreneur. You got to do both. Okay, so nobody's talking about making decisions based on money, but you got to do both. You got to know, because for instance, if you have something that pays you 2,000, you have something that pays you 150, what are you going to spend your marketing muscle on? 2,000. Yes, ma'am. See, please and thank you. Right? Okay. So you want to rank that. So because you may find, oh, if I just turn up this like 2 degrees, we will make up for all this stuff we're supposedly losing from United Healthcare, right? So you got to know these things. It's important. I had a client and we were doing an exercise and I said, rank your services. Okay. And she ranked. I said, what's number 1? And she told me what it is. I said, what percentage of your patient visits are for service number 1? She's like, we only do like barely 1 a month. I was like, your highest paying thing. I said, why? I just haven't promoted it. I was like, how about you do? And she's gone from barely 1 a month to, I think she said 3 a day, which imagine what that does to her bottom line for the same number of visits. Same number of visits. Okay. Anyway, let's go back. So you want to take a look, right? What is the strategy? What is the strategy? Number 4, you want to go, this is my favorite one. You want to go on full offense. So what that means is, let's say United Healthcare, you have a big panel you had 500 patients that were UnitedHealthcare. Okay. If I were you, I would play offense and say, what do I need to do to to attract 500 new patients in addition to the regular cadence of new patients? So let's say you get 20, 30 new patients every month. Okay. Let's say you get 30 new patients every month. And so you're like, okay, over the next 3 months, how do we attract 500 plus 90, right? Which would be the number of patients. So technically 600 patients. And I play full offense. If you stop talking to your referral sources, now is the time. If you have stopped asking your patients to write you reviews and refer their friends and family to you, now is the time. If you stop sending emails, marketing emails to tell people to book appointments and to refer to you, now is the time. If you're not leveraging social media, now is the time. If you haven't optimized your Google business profile, now is the time. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you don't speak in places where your people gather, chamber of commerce, schools, churches, organizations, all of these things, again, now is the time. Okay. And you're playing full offense to replace what was quote unquote lost. Now, I want you to think about this. If you don't panic and you look at your numbers, you communicate with your patients, and some of them switch insurance, you replace the volume with the strategy, you get a high level strategy that will replace the revenue that would be quote unquote lost from UnitedHealthcare, and you play full offense to attract the patients that will probably go because they have UnitedHealthcare. Do you see how you could be just fine? Will it be work? Yes. Is it good work? Yes, because this is a good theme for your practice regardless. Regardless. So I know it's annoying. I know all of this stuff. The thing is this, we cannot fight the healthcare industry until we become empowered, until we understand this business thing, until we build powerful practices, until we know how to thrive without them, where them saying that they're leaving is not a threat, where all of these things, like we have to become savvy entrepreneurs. Once we build a community, a large enough community of powerful, savvy physician entrepreneurs who are leaders, who know how to negotiate, who know how to talk on the biggest stages, who know how to galvanize communities and all that. Till we do that, we cannot win. So you doing this is you joining the fight, literally, because you're building a practice that's insured against this insurance company. So don't see it like it's not fair and all this. This is part of how you fight the injustice. And people see you do it and they're like, oh my goodness, how did you do this? Okay, this is part of how we fight. So don't be so mad at UnitedHealthcare that you kill your practice. Don't be so mad at UnitedHealthcare that you let your practice die. Don't do it. Okay. All right. So that's number 4. Number 5, set yourself up to never let this happen again. Set yourself up to be such a savvy physician entrepreneur that you know how to generate revenue. You know how to build a stable practice. You know how to adjust in hard times. You understand you're like ambidextrous as an entrepreneur. Like if they close one door, you know how to flip another one open. How do you do that? You do that by becoming a savvy entrepreneur. You're not doing what you can do to run your practice, but you're the entrepreneur. You know how to set goals like an entrepreneur. You know how to build strategic plans like an entrepreneur, like a true entrepreneur. You understand how to lead teams. You know how to lead in challenging times. You understand the revenue creation generation systems. You know how to create revenue. You have 12 ways to create revenue in this one way. So one way shuts, you're like, we're good. Let me tell you what happens in the Entrepreneur Business School. When people say, ooh, I got fired. People are like, yay, now you can do what you really want to do. When people are like, ooh, I had a team member leave and all these things that throw people off, they're like, oh yeah, well, this referral source got cut off. Then they went and got another one. Like they are unstoppable. Why? Because they are not physicians who own practices. They are physician entrepreneurs who happen to own practices. They know what to do. They know what to do. Okay. All right. So set yourself up to never let this happen again. Become that. Become so savvy. Become a physician entrepreneur who's a weapon. Right. Okay. So you can do that. The best way I know for you to do that is to put yourself in a container dedicated to helping you do that. And that's what we do in the EntreMD Business School. That's what it is all about, right? We work on helping you become a physician CEO. You don't become that because you started a practice. You become that because you become that, where that is now the way you think. That is the way you set goals. That is the way you manage time. That's the way you handle challenges. That's the way you do all of that. Your identity is, I am a savvy physician entrepreneur. You let go of the hang-ups around money. You let go of the hang-ups around, oh, this might be greed. You let go of all of those things. You understand that my role as an entrepreneur is to serve and to earn. We help you build a dominant brand that can stand whatever storm is thrown at it. We help you understand revenue generation systems. You know how to create money. You know how to create it. And we help you build profitable teams so you can expand your impact, expand your time freedom, expand your financial freedom. We have had people go from employed to multi-seven figures in revenue in 2 years, in 3 years. It is unbelievable, the transformation happening. And they're not doing this and sacrificing family. They're not doing this and sacrificing their health. No, they're doing this and their family relationships are better and their finances are better and all of that. And let me tell you what they are doing with this storm. They will ride it, they will navigate it and end up better. That is exactly what is going to happen. Okay. So entremd.com/call. You can book a call with my team, talk about it. We'll show you how we can support you and all of that. But this is the school for physician entrepreneurs who want to build profitable 7 and 8 figure businesses. This is the school. It was built for you. There's a reason people joined it 5 years ago and have never left. Okay. There's a reason they created a hashtag that is EBS for life. And so even if you're like, if like the bottom line is, if you're committed to your goals, this will be great for you. If you're committed to your goals and you're coachable, this will be great for you, right? So you can be committed, but you're not sure. That's okay. We'll show you pathways. You could be committed and a little fearful. That's okay. We'll show you how to think as an entrepreneur. You may be committed, but you're like, I've tried something, I've tried to build a business and it didn't quite work. We have many people like that and they are thriving now. We will help you do that. What we need, like how you know this will be good for you, is you are committed to your goals. You're just like, I had a doc tell me, she's like, Dr. Una, I can do it. I just don't know what to do. I'm going to accomplish it. I just don't know how to do it. I'm like, we got you. And she's crushing it. Crushing it. Okay. So if you are committed and you're coachable, like you're like, what if? Like you can listen to ideas. You are open to ideas. You have a growth mindset, not my way or the highway. And what I know is true and nobody else can tell me like even show me what to do or show me something to explore. If you have these two things, you will thrive. You will thrive. And you will set yourself up where things like this don't throw you off track because you're like born for this. I know how to navigate it. Okay. So so for this episode, what I want you to do is take these 5 things, go do that. Don't, and pretty please with 17 cherries on top. If you know anybody who's in private practice, they're hurting right now. I want you to take this link and I want you to share it with them. If you're in groups where it's all private practice, take the link, share it with them. But do not panic. Do not throw away your practice. Do not panic. Do not throw away your practice. Okay. All right. So I want you to think about this. I want you to think it's a year from now. And we are all sitting together and we're having a conversation. Like, you remember when UnitedHealthcare said they were going to drop us? Oh my goodness. But look at where we are now. It is the best thing that happened to my practice. Because as a result of that, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have never been better. We've never been more stable financially. I've never had more time off. I would never have brought this team on. I would never have discovered this vertical. Like, this was awesome. That's what we get to have instead of the drama. So if UnitedHealthcare wants to have drama, let them have drama. We're going to win and we're going to continue winning. And when enough of us win, we're coming for them. All right. I'll see you on the next episode.